Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are?
Hopefully awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is... Beast Machines. Beast Machines. This is our this is our weekly podcast called Going Back to Beast Wars. Sorry, for some reason I thought all the lights weren't on. I think I blacked out. Our weekly podcast called Going Back to Beast Wars, where Maggie and I rewatch the entire franchise of Beast Wars.
So wait. Well, this is Beast Machines. Shouldn't it be Going Back to Beast Machines?
No, it's been Going Back to Beast Wars the whole time. Even when we watched the 3-part pilot episodes of the original Gen 1. And when we watched the movie, it's all been Beast Wars. Because the point is to go back to Beast Wars. And in order to go back, you have to experience all of the Beast Wars. All right?
See, I got him to explain it.
If we ever, listen, all right? If we ever did Going Back to Lost, it wouldn't just be Lost. It would also be that Xbox 360 Lost game. And the webisodes. There was a whole webisode about Frogurt.
Jesus.
The character Frogurt, not the delicious dish Frogurt. Remember he takes an arrow to the chest? A flaming arrow.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember that? Hey!
Maybe
this
I'll
is
watch it once.
Hopefully awesome. Positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. Like I said, we are on episode 15 of Going Back to Beast Wars. Can't believe it. We just wrapped up season 3, which means we wrapped up the entire series of Beast Wars.
Yeah.
And this week we are kicking off Beast Machines. And boy, what a kickoff it was.
Show's weird.
Now don't give it away, Maggie. Don't give everything away, all right? We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. You know what? Let's go ahead and get into it because we're going back to Beast Wars. Beast Machines.
Or Grimlock.
Take the door. I gotta work on it. Hey, so this is Beast Machines. We here we are.
Here we are.
To say I've been not looking forward to this is an overstatement. I've honestly, I remember not liking, it wasn't that I didn't like Beast Machines, I just remember being very confused. And I blame Fox Kids for that. For them not, like, putting the show where it needed to be. And, like, there would be so many breaks, and then they would play, like, 5 all-new episodes throughout the week instead of the Saturday morning where it's always been. And so I come back on Saturday, and I have no idea what the hell is going on. There's like a big flying head going around the city. And I'm like, what the hell is all this? And, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing if it's better than what I remember. And so far, off to a bad start. Nah, listen, I'm being funny. I'm overly being funny here. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Or was it?
Like, Beast Wars was amazing, right? Like, the quality of Beast Wars was fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is just not that. And it makes it feel worse because it's not as good as that. But I would still argue that I would watch this over... I'd probably watch this over Gen 1 myself, just like... Because at least this has a plot. Yeah. Not that Gen 1 didn't have a plot. I don't mean it like that. I just mean that, like, you know, there's an overarching story over the entire series. It might be a bit of a ridiculous, not ridiculous story, just a deep, complex situation that we're dealing with. Mm-hmm. But it is a overarching story nonetheless. So, enough of this chit chat, Maggie. Let's get into it. Remember, we are watching these over on the YouTube channel. Al's Replay, he has upscaled. I say he. I mean, obviously, it could be anybody. But they have upscaled the show into 1080p. There's not a 4K version just yet. But it still looks really good. Like, honestly, it looked like Looked like it fit. You know, I didn't recall anything not looking right or looking weird because it was upscaled. Like it all looks really good. So, you know, just shout out to them. Makes it very easy to do the show. So, season 1, episode 1, the reformatting. Episode 1 overall in Beast Machines. Episode 53 overall in the Beast Saga. So if this was season 4, this would be episode 53.
Okay.
I'm gonna if I remember, I'm gonna keep that going the whole time.
Okay.
Original air date, September 18th, 1999. Yeah. Only 3 months after the series finale of Beast Wars.
Wow.
Yeah, like in it.
They was ready to move on.
I mean, dude, like it looks vastly different.
Yeah.
I mean, like just the quality of the animation is a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, like, again, I like the style of Beast Wars better, but Optimus Primal, especially when he gets like his not upscaled, but upgraded version in this, like, he looks really good. Like, he looks like an actual monkey or gorilla, I guess. And it's not, you know, just that weird, like, soft, you know, like just, it's like VeggieTales. Like, this is actually, it looks really cool. Yeah. Written by Marty Eisenberg and Bob Skur. Previous episodes include nothing. This was the first episode for both of them, and they will do episode 2 as well, so we won't be calling out their episodes in episode 2. Okay. Directed by William Lau, whose previous episodes include Beast Wars, Proving Grounds, and Other Victories, and on Beast Machines, The Reformatting. On the metal and steel planet of Cybertron, a single flower grows out of a tear in the street. Suddenly, a gorilla races past, pursued by a horde of tank drones. Strangely, Optimus Primal has lost his transmetal properties. On the run in his organic beast mode, after a couple of minutes of cat and mouse, Optimus decides to face them down and prepares to maximize, but his beast mode parts refuse to move and he screams in pain as he is tortured by electrical shocks. Suddenly, his eyes glow and he receives a strange signal from an alien source. Why this way?
Who are you?
You can get into
the Roxbury.
Oh, man. Roxbury.
That's our next movie comment.
We should. He sees a monorail vehicle nearby and swings away from the drones. He finds another one of his missing comrades. Yeah, Rattrap here, and you silly gorilla better get out of my hiding spot.
Go Mets.
I knew it. God damn it. I knew he was going to say go Mets.
Go Knicks.
Rattrap explains that he has had a lot of trouble transforming as well and has no memory of returning to Cybertron after the end of Beast Wars. Yeah, we had a mega brains butt strapped to our ship, and then we're heading home, and next thing I know, I'm being chased down the streets of Cybertron like I'm ain't nothing but a dirty old rat.
It's like I'm back in Brooklyn. I can't do my New York accent.
It's like I'm here with the Mario Brothers.
The Mario Brothers?
Yeah, it's like I'm a Mario brother or something.
Mario Brothers?
You'll be hooked on the brothers. Hooked on the brothers. Check it out. All right.
Check it out.
They escape from the transport after the drones blow it to pieces, and Rattrap tries to use his command code repeatedly, resulting in nothing but shocks and pain. Maximize! Rattrap, maximize! Rattrap, maximize!
Please, maximize.
Fortunately, Cheetor leaps out of nowhere, covering the eyes of one of the drones and tricking it to destroying one of its counterparts. Don't worry about me, big cat. Cheetor's here to save the fucking day. That's right, everybody.
Whoa.
Cheetor's here and he's feeling...
Bro.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you, alright? I'm Cheetor.
No,
All right. When we last met, I was a 16-year-old asshole, and now
still are.
Guess what?
You're 20.
I'm 18 now. I can vote and
buy cigarettes,
carry a weapon legally. All right. So eat my ass.
No, because that's nasty.
Fortunately-
we don't eat pussy here.
Fortunately, Cheetor leaps out of nowhere, covering the eyes. Cheetor is hoping to find a CR chamber and use it to eliminate the transformation lock virus that plagues them all. Rattrap points out that Cybertron seems to have changed a lot in our absence, but there's no time to argue as a new tank drones are readying a renewed assault, plunging into a hole. The Maximals bounce on a web that belongs to Black Arachnia. You winch! Who's stuck in a similar predicament. He is dead. Optimus Primal decides that the best course of action is to head deeper underground, away from the attention of the Viacon drones. As they descend on Black Arachnia's web, they head deeper into the bowels of Cybertron, passing abandoned cities.
Yeah, just dirty.
The bowels.
You did.
Metal and steel give way to ancient stone construction. Eventually, Black Arachnia's web runs dry. Let's go wait till the webs run dry. Let's go. Something. I don't know. Boyz II Men. And all
to the end of the web. Still I can't let go.
It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Although we go to the end of the web. Hallelujah.
Hey, they're on tour again.
Who is that?
Boyz II Men.
Was that Boyz II Men? I thought that was B2K.
No, don't do this, man.
Are you sure it wasn't 5D? Derek, and Derek.
Or is it the 5 best rappers on earth? Dylon, and Dylon.
That's 3.
Dylon and Dylon.
All right. They head deeper. Eventually, Black Arachnia's web runs dry, and all 4 of them plunge into complete darkness. Determined not to die, Primal throws a piece of scrap metal, shattering some kind of covering and revealing a wall of flames springs up. Undaunted by this seeming threat, Optimus walks right through them. I walk through the fire and it freezes me.
Freezes me.
Yeah, it's Buffy. Revealing the Oracle, an ancient legendary supercomputer. At the Oracle's urging, Primal enters the computer. It enters the computer. Boink. Assaulted by strange visions, Primal is instructed to restore the balance. The Oracle urges him to remember that the seeds of the future lie buried in the past, before declaring that it is time for him to begin his reformatting. Optimus Primal emerges as a techno-organic transformer, a perfect blend of the organic and the mechanical. The other Maximals are impressed by the upgrades, and before long, Cheetor, Rattrap, and Black Arachnia exit the Oracle, also in the new techno-organic bodies. As the Oracle winks out of existence, a squadron of cycle drones charge into the Oracle's chamber. The Maximals all say, "We got this, guys! Maximize!" And then nothing. But nothing happens. Optimus realizes, much to Rattrap's dismay, that the Maximals will have to relearn the lost art of transformation. Black Arachnia suggests that they'll have to fight with what they've got, and so the Maximals take the fight to the Viacons in their beast modes. Rattrap punctures tires with his teeth, Cheetor pounces on one of the drones, and Black Arachnia uses her webs to snare another. As he clobbers a pair of Viacons, Primal is shot, loses balance, and plunges into a pit. Panicking, a voice from the Oracle reminds him to unleash the warrior within. He must tame the beast without. Finding his inner balance, Optimus manages to transform. I am transformed. Blue light engulfs his body as it morphs into a powerful new robot mood. Equipped with jets, grabbing the nearest drone, he demands answers, but gets none. His anger has made him lose his center, and he converts back to beast mode. Awed, Cheetor expresses his interest in his new transformation style. Optimus declares that they must relearn the art of transformation if they want to fight the Viacons on an even footing. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure watches the battle in the Citadel and vows to destroy the impure organic Maximals. It's Megatron now, the supreme ruler of Cybertron. Yes!
Aw, man. But I thought they won.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Hey, everybody.
Oh, it's a lot.
Welcome to the ad read. Did you know that this show is brought to you by patreon.com/hopefullyawesome? Over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, you can get this show ad-free. You can also get other exclusive content, such as our monthly movie commentary, our book club style show, where we all read a comic book and we all watch an anime and then we all talk about it. Sorry, excuse me. This is a terrible ad read. We're going to be watching Your Name this month, and we're going to be reading Shattered Grid Power Rangers. So definitely, if you want to hang out with us and chit chat about that, you got to join the Patreon exclusive stream over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. Yeah, and hey, there are other ways you can show support to Hopefully Awesome. Obviously, subscribe goes a long way. And you can also use our affiliate links down below. If you plan on buying anything from Amazon, just click on one of those links and then make your purchase. And anything you purchase over the next 24 hours will be flagged through Amazon to show that we sent you there, whether we did or not. So you can do it. That's a free way for you to do that. Like this, you could buy this beautiful
Starscream.
Is he holding Bumblebee?
Yeah, he's holding Bumblebee.
Looks like
This Bumblebee's a little boy.
looks like it's his baby.
Big Bumblebee baby.
Like he's got one of those baby holders.
He's holding him.
Looks like it's like a Build-A-Bear.
I know how to make this better.
It looks like he's at like a Build-A-Bear workshop. And like he's like, yes, I've made my Build-A-Bear Bumblebee.
Oh, look at this one. I'm going to blow it to smithereens later. It's Megatron.
Oh my God. So yeah, you can buy that.
Yeah.
Amazon using our affiliate link. So be sure and check out the description below for that. But that's going to do it for the ads. So let's send it back to the show. Thanks for that word, Matt and Maggie. We will be sure and do those things. So now let's get back to Beast Machines.
He's actually doing what he does.
That's adorable. Like, you need to take a picture of that.
I love that. That's adorable.
That needs to be like your new profile picture or something. So, Season 1, Episode 2, Master of the House. Episode 2 overall in Beast Machines. Episode 54 overall in the Beast Saga. Original air date, September 25th, 1999. Written by Marty Eisenberg and Bob Skir. Directed by Steve Sachs.
Play that sax.
Previous episodes in Beast Wars include Coming of the Fusors Part 1, Bad Spark with Jonathan Goodwill, Optimal Situation, Changing of the Guard, Feral Scream Part 2, Master Blaster, and the series finale, Nemesis Part 2. And this is his first episode of Beast Machines. Under the teaching of Optimus Primal, the Maximals are mastering their technorganic bodies, controlling their emotional center, vital for transformation. Cheetor and Black Arachnia managed to use their technorganic transformations properly, but Rattrap is still struggling with his new body.
I am transformed.
I am transformed.
I am transformed.
And then you gotta make 6 more eyes appear. Nailed it. But Rattrap's having trouble. As always. I am transformed. I am transformed. It
doesn't work that way, Rattrap.
God damn it. But their time in robot mode is limited as rumbling shakes the chamber and a mole drone attacks the Maximals. The shock forces Cheetor and Black Arachnia back into their beast modes, and they take shelter behind Optimus. Optimus Primal leaps in front of the frightened Maximals and deflects the blasts, all the while explaining that they reverted because they lost their emotional balance. Primal destroys the mindless Viacon with a blast of energy, but knows it's time to leave, hopefully to find a new base and continue their transformation lessons. Although Cheetor wants to visit Cybertropolis and search for survivors, Optimus overrules his suggestion, insisting that they need to get a handle on their new transformations before they go back out looking for trouble. They split up to search out a new training ground. Black Arachnia and Cheetor are paired together, real smart pairing them up, you big monkey. And Rattrap and Primal go the opposite way. Let's leave the comments out of this, all right? Transformers Wiki. No, honestly, I couldn't do this without them, so thank you, Transformers Wiki, for existing. Cheetor and Black Arachnia, with some goading on Black Arachnia's part, decide to go topside. As soon as they clamber up from the caves.
Such a clamor, such a clatter. Santa Claus.
It's a roast, such a clatter.
That's not what that means.
Are in Cybertropolis, Cybertron's current capital. Cybertropolis should be home to 10 million Transformers, but the duo find it deserted with the Cybertron info core deleted and useless. Cheetor and Black Arachnia. But before the pair can investigate further, they are attacked by aero drones and plunge off the side of a building before they can slide to safety. As he runs, Cheetor attempts to transform, but Black Arachnia drags him to safety. Cheetor leads 2 jets into Black Arachnia's web trap, but the pair are still outnumbered. Fortunately, Optimus also arrives. He quickly transforms into robot mode and takes to the air, but is soon overwhelmed. Cheetor and Black Arachnia manage to transform, and they quickly dispatch the drones with their new weapons and powers. Optimus scolds Cheetor for disobeying orders, but is admittedly intrigued at their findings. Optimus orders the group to head to the council, hoping to find answers, the council citadel. Rattrap moves ahead of the rest of the group, but encounters a platoon of tank drones. Optimus orders Cheetor and Black Arachnia to hold off the drones while he investigates inside. When he gets inside, he heads to the chambers of the Maximal Elders. Reaching the council meeting room, Optimus Primal comes face to face with the leader of the drones, Megatron.
What?
Now encased in a suit of control armor, he greets Primal cordially and decides to fill in the gaps in Primal's memory.
Bowser?
Yeah, that was it from Mario 64. He fills in the gaps of the memory. Megatron claims that he won the Beast Wars, and that after arriving on Cybertron, conquered the populace, remodeling Cybertron into his own image. Megatron's Cybertron is one of technological purity, devoid of organic life. Thus, he explains, came the Viacons, sparkless transformers who will serve Megatron and crush Primal's mongrel Maximals. However, the Maximals managed to survive the Viacons, their techno-organic bodies and spark-powered ingenuity foiling the mindless might of the drones. Frustrated by the Maximal's survival, Primal's goading pushes Megatron to the breaking point. Enraged, Megatron breaks free of his harness and transforms into his dragon mode. That's right, everybody. Dragon Megatron is back and looks sicker than ever. Oh my god. We gotta get this Dragon Megatron toy. It looks so good. And he transforms to his dragon mode, deactivating the drones in the process. Primal and Megatron fight, but Megatron reconnects to the control harness and summons more Viacons, mocking Primal all the while. The other 3 Maximals arrive just in time to drag their grief-stricken leader away to safety. Safe underground, the Maximals inquire about what happened in the council chamber. Optimus explains that all of this happened because he failed to destroy Megatron. Now, Optimus vows it's up to him to correct that mistake.
But you need to work as a team, Optimus.
Optimus's attitude is a huge shift in the show. Where did Megatron's hatred for organics come from? Because it didn't really seem to bother him in Beast Wars.
No.
I get it. I get they gotta have something, right?
Yeah.
But it just feels like it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Because he was all about the Predacons and Decepticons being the rulers.
Yeah.
And now it's no, I just want it to just be me. and for no one to
And
be
and me alone.
and for there to be no organic style of anything. It's just weird. I don't know. Episode 3, Fires of the Past. Episode 3 overall in Beast Machines, episode 55 overall. Original air date was October 2nd, 1999. Written by Marv Wolfman. Obviously, Marv Wolfman, known for his work on the new Teen Titans and Crisis on Infinite Earths, among many other things. His previous episodes include, from the original Transformers, The Return of Optimus Prime Part 1 and The Return of Optimus Prime Part 2. In Beast Wars, he wrote The Probe, one of the best episodes. And in Beast Machines, he actually came up with the original story outline for the series. Though the mystical stuff, quote unquote, was created by Bob Skur at Hasbro's request. That'd be like the Oracle stuff.
Yeah.
And this is his first episode that he wrote, Fires of the Past. Directed by John Poser, whose previous episodes include Double Dinobot, Law of the Jungle, Other Visits Part 1, and Feral Scream Part 1. But this is John's only episode of Beast Machines. So he came back, did this one, and was like, I'm out.
Aw, man.
A fleet of Viacon tank drones roll towards the Cybertronian archives. A hiding Black Arachnia watches in horror as the tanks open fire, seemingly without provocation, on a statue of Optimus Prime holding a pair of golden discs. What are these golden discs? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Is it the same discs? No, it's
nobody
not.
knows.
It's definitely not. The tanks continue their barrage on the archive center itself as Black Arachnia runs back to the rest of the hiding Maximals, who are there searching for clues to what happened to the missing Cybertron population. Rattrap makes it out of the archives, revealing that he's found absolutely nothing. The archives have been deleted in their entirety. Optimus Primal howls in rage while spying Megatron chuckles to himself that he's starting history over. Everything prior to his reign is now simply a rumor. Yes. Inside Megatron's control chamber, a diagnostic drone assures him that he has been purged of whatever organic traces remained in him that caused his outbreak into beast mode in the previous episode. More tank drones appear to attack the Maximals, and Optimus orders yet another retreat. During the battle, Black Arachnia is knocked out by a blast and has a vision of a beautiful sunset, a sunset-lit forest. In her dream, she falls into a chasm, but is saved by a mysterious silhouette.
Oh, no.
Black Arachnia.
I know that voice.
Black Arachnia.
Oh.
You can get into the Roxbury.
I can get into the Roxbury. Roxbury.
In the waking world, Cheetor is carrying the woozy Black Arachnia away from the battle while Optimus draws the Viacon fire. Rather than simply taking cover behind a building, he climbs straight up one while dodging more shots, and the accumulated damage causes the building to topple on the tank drone fleets, destroying almost all of them while Optimus leaps to safety. Optimus planned it that way, apparently. Megatron is so enraged at this turn of events that he loses all control and again reverts to his dragon form. Disconnecting from the control armor, he becomes further enraged when he realizes he still hasn't been cured of his bestial tendencies and takes it out on the diagnostic drone with some fire breath.
You lie!
Collecting himself and returning to robot form, he ponders why his elite army drones is still unable to capture 4 rogue Maximals. The only reasonable answer is simply free will. So, Megatron pulls out 3 sparks from an enormous bank of stored sparks. Back at the Maximal hideout, Optimus chews out the rest of the Maximals for their sloppy battle performance. Black Arachnia has another vision while pretending to listen to Optimus's angry lecture, and so she decides to sneak off to the central spaceport. Black Arachnia.
What?
Black Arachnia.
Oh, is that you?
Say his name.
Is that you, Silverbolt?
Black Arachnia.
Silverbolt.
Mom, is that you? Yeah, it's me, dear. You're perfectly fine here in Cybertropolis. Cybertropolis! As she reaches the spaceport, she realizes that Rattrap has tailed her. Before Rattrap can get her to explain why she's out there in the first place, they're attacked by 3 Viacons. Unfortunately, these 3 are no drones. Each Viacon has a spark of their own. They are Jetstorm, a wisecracking aerodrome general, Thrust, a smoldering cycle drone general, and Tankor, a tank drone general whose only distinguishable personality traits are being very angry and stupid.
Tankor!
It reminds me of Spatch from Good Burger.
Yeah.
The three Viacons pretty much blow up everything around Rattrap and Black Arachnia. Black Arachnia loses concentration and reverts to beast mode, so she and... What did you say?
He's a short king now.
Ah, yes. Finally.
Short king spring.
Black Arachnia loses concentration and reverts back to beast mode, so she and Rattrap scurry off. Neither of them yet realize it, but doing so saves them. The Viacons are unable to detect them on the radar while in beast mode. Getting inside the spaceport control building, Black Arachnia accesses the Aerosporce records, finding the records of the Autobot shuttle they came to Cybertron on. She discovers that the ship was shot down by Cybertron's own automated defense systems and that there were 6 of them on the ship. Though their memories of the missing 2 Maximals are hazy, Black Arachnia then plans to get the ship itself to find its own backed up data files. The Viacons again attack, having locked onto Black Arachnia's Maximal signature, and she and Rattrap are again forced to flee. With Black Arachnia heading for the Autobot shuttle and Rattrap simply heading home, he's had enough of being shot at for one day. As the Viacon generals pass by, Rattrap realizes that the Viacons are unable to track him while he is in beast mode. He scampers off to... He scampers off to warn Black Arachnia. Megatron decides to call off the Viacon attack once he realizes where Black Arachnia is headed, planning to tap into her mind when she accesses the Autobot ship computer and find the Maximal base through her. Black Arachnia successfully links up with the Autobot computer. She finally realizes that there were originally 6 Maximals aboard the shuttle, and the 2 missing Maximals are none other than Rhinox and Silverbolt. That's right. She can't get much further before Rattrap cuts her off, realizing that Megatron is planning to download Black Arachnia's own memory files. The two rig the shuttle to blow to prevent Megatron from finding the location of their hideout. The Viacons resume their attack, and Optimus, Primal, and Cheetor save the day by crashing through a skylight. They hold them off just long enough to escape before the Autobot shuttle explodes. Optimus is, in a word, steamed that his teammates needlessly endangered themselves, losing their only chance at filling the gaps in their memory. There's not much that can be done now, and the Maximals retreat for their hideout. That was episode 3.
Whoop whoop.
Obviously, we'll talk more about this when we get into our segments, but it is kind of nice that, like, we start right in the middle of the story.
Yeah.
And so, like, we're all kind of a little bit hazy on what's going on. And, like, is it just a continuity error that there's only 4 of them? Or, like, did somebody not pay attention to the last episode of Beast Wars and, like...
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that happened a lot in 1999. Like, before things really started paying attention to its continuity, And so it was nice to know that, like, no, this was all thought of. This was thought through. Yeah. And the reason why Rhinox and Silverbolt aren't there and the reason why nobody's talking about them is because they don't remember them, which adds a whole nother layer to everything.
Yeah.
Which is really
that
cool.
makes sense.
Honestly. Like, it's a really cool little addition.
Definitely.
So now we get into Season 1, Episode 4, Mercenary Pursuits. Episode 4 overall in Beast Machines. Episode 56 overall in the Beast Saga. Excuse me. Original air date was October 9th, 1999. Written by Michael Reeves. This is Michael's first episode. Directed by Raul Sanchez Ingles. This is their first episode as well. Megatron rebukes his Viacon generals for failing to destroy the Maximals, refusing to accept failure. He sends them forth with promises of rewards to whichever one captures the Maximals. Optimus Primal contemplates the images of Rhinox and Silverbolt and vows to find them. His meditation is interrupted with a sense of the presence of a spark. The team goes out to find it. During the search, Rattrap breaks into a secure laboratory and discovers the transformation inhibitor virus which Megatron used, and a counter virus as well, a transformation enhancer. Rattrap swats the enhancer while Cheetor's back is turned. While Thrust and Jetstorm squabble, Tankor manages to find the Maximals, who elude him by reverting to beast mode. That is until Rattrap shows up. able to transform at last thanks to the enhancer. This alerts Tankor, of course, who attacks the team. Rattrap finds he's unable to control his transformation as he continually changes between robot and beast mode, passing through strange and intermediate forms. Tankor manages to trap the Maximals under a metal dome. Thrust and Jetstorm arrive and fight Tankor for the right to bring the captive Maximals. The distraction allows the Maximals escape from the dome, but an explosion knocks out all of the Transformers present, leaving only the durable Tankor standing. At the Citadel, Megatron gloats to the captured Maximals, while Tankor demands his reward, freedom, via the removal of his spark. Rattrap's continual transformations strain his bonds to the breaking point, freeing him. He quickly releases the others. During the ensuing fight, Megatron loses control and breaks free of his control harness. Primal talks directly to Tankor's spark, compelling him to do what is right. After a moment of confusion, Tankor blasts open the door so the Maximals can escape, and Tankor leaves with them, which is a very interesting thing to see.
Yeah.
Restored to his harness, Megatron interfaces directly with Tankor's CPU, deleting the last 20 cycles of his memory. Thus, Tankor suddenly attacks the Maximals again as they travel underground. Megatron blocks Primal's attempt to speak to Tankor's spark again. The Maximals trip up Tankor as he's preparing to fire. The cannon backblast sends him flying upwards through Cybertron's sub-levels, only to crash back down to the surface atop a startled Thrust and Jetstorm. Optimus Primal explains to the other Maximals that he sensed something familiar about Tankor's spark, but then it was gone. From where the memory had been wiped again.
It's Rhinox.
I think it might be, what was the ant?
Inferno?
Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, here's the thing, Maggie. As fun as it would be if it was that.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think they have the entire bank of every Transformer.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, don't necessarily get too stuck in one line of thinking.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, it could, like, I mean, that's all of Cybertron.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying Autobots and Decepticons, but I'm also not saying that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, moving on. The end.
The end.
So yeah, honestly, I did like in that episode that we got to know a little bit more about the Viacons, Tankor specifically, seeing that there is something to them, that it's not just mindless drone stuff. The show at this point feels like it's crawling.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
I know they got to set a foundation, but keep in mind, there's only like a total of, I think, 26 episodes, and we just watched like 1/6 of the entire series. So, I mean, like they got to get this stuff moving pretty quick,
Yeah.
So, speaking of moving really quick, it's time for the countdown to Billy! Or wait, not Billy, to Beasts.
Oh, to be sorry.
We both did Billy.
We're tired, man.
I'm so tired. Countdown to Beasts. June 9th, 2023 is 8 weeks away.
8 weeks.
8 weeks until the beasts rise. Ba-na-na. Now let's get into war. What is it good for?
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
That's right. This is the part of the show where we talk about the Beast Wars and how they have progressed so far. Megatron has somehow broken free of the Maximals, taken complete control of Cybertron, gave his enemies a virus to keep them from transforming, and removed their memories of not only how they got there, but also of two of their comrades, Rhinox and Silverbolt. Optimus makes contact with the Oracle, who begins Optimus on a new journey of self-discovery and to restore Cybertron. So that's the war has definitely changed.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if that's necessarily like why they changed it to Beast Machines, or if that was just like a relabeling so they could sell new toys,
Yeah.
But like it's definitely like the war, for all intents and purposes, is kind of over. Like, even though Megatron's lying about it, he did win in the sense that he's ruling Cybertron,
Yeah.
Even though, like, why would somebody whose sole purpose is to be the ruler of an entire population, why would they then like put every person in the population to sleep? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Matrix.
I thought the point was to like rule them.
Matrix.
You know? Nah. I mean, honestly, yes. The Matrix is obviously a huge influence on this. It's like every scene there's something Matrixified about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's still good. It's just God. All right, now it's time to get into Welcome to the Party Pal, where we meet all of the new Transformers.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. All right. So on the Maximal side, we have, of course, Optimus Primal, Rattrap, Cheetor, and Black Arachnia. On the Predacon side, we have Megatron, which they had Megatron listed as a Viacon. I'm still going to leave him as a Predacon because, I mean, I guess if you're only looking at it through the lens of Beast Machines, then yeah, I guess you would call him a Viacon.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're watching this within the Beast Saga, so... the Viacons include tank drones, cycle drones, aero drones, mole drone, tankor, jetstorm, and thrust. And the Oracle.
Yeah.
What is the Oracle? A supercomputer, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it's that lady that's like Candy.
Candy. Yeah.
And like,
I was trying to think of like what she said.
Hey, did you know? Okay, like I was looking at a BuzzFeed article. Did you know that in the scene in The Matrix Reloaded when she offers Neo a candy, that it's the red pill?
No.
Like the pill, like
Yeah.
from the first Matrix.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird. What a random thing to add, you know. All right, now let's get into upgrades.
Upgrades.
Speaking of the Matrix, Optimus, Cheetor, Rattrap, and Black Arachnia all gained their Beast Machines upgrades.
Yep.
Even though obviously Rattrap is unable to transform, he is still in
Their
an upgrade form.
transformations are weird looking.
They don't even like. Okay, all right. They don't even actually transform. Like, can we call this out? Like, I know. Like in Gen 1, like, you know, there was like a lot of like size changing and stuff, and like it didn't actually look like how they would transform. But like, this is literally like no way to replicate what they do in the toy line.
Yeah.
You know, like this is like they like I don't even know what you'd call it. Like they just completely change, you know, like they go back into their spark and then they come out looking completely different. You know, it is weird. All right, let's get into words of leadership.
Well, that's just prime.
Love it. In episode 1, the great transformation awaits. Optimus Primal, prepare to be reformatted. Remember this: the seeds of the future lie buried in the past. To unleash the warrior within, you must tame the beast without. Seek the balance, Optimus Primal. Transform your destiny. Transform and transcend.
Be reborn.
I am born. In episode 2, just let it happen. Don't try to make it happen. Zip. That was Optimus talking to Rattrap. Let's see. Look at yourself, Megatron. See the thing you despise the most. Cybertron will never be pure so long as the beast exists within you. You've failed.
You piece of crap.
You piece of human garbage. Episode 1.3. I haven't tried this one yet. Ah, this is Captain Jetstorm speaking. Please feel free to move about the tarmac and flee for your miserable little life. I'll get there. That wasn't great.
Ah, me Tankor.
There you go, Maggie.
Me Tankor want reward.
Speaking of Tankor wanting a reward,
Raider!
I love it. I actually did not fill in this section, but so I'm just going to freestyle it. Trader in episode 1.4, we see that Tankor turns on Megatron. We kind of talked a little bit about this at the end of the episode. But, you know, again, seeing that Optimus was able to speak to the spark itself, it definitely calls into question, like, what exactly is going on here? Like, are they just the sparks? And, like, does that mean that they don't have memories? And, like, how does all that work exactly? Like, no matter who it is, obviously, if they were, like, taken by Megatron, the fact that they're still willing to serve Megatron, I would believe means that they don't recall who they were before they were Tankor, Dash, or whatever the fuck the rest of them were called. Thrust, and the other one, Smoke Screen. Storm Squash.
Stormbreaker.
It wasn't Stormbreaker.
Windbreaker.
This is Jet Storm.
Windbreaker.
Thrust. It was Thrust.
Windbreaker.
God damn it. Thrust is the motorcycle.
I know that.
Okay. Anyway, so it leads me to believe that they don't remember anything prior to Megatron waking them up. So it really calls into question, what is the physiology of Transformers? Like is the spark, you know, like the life, like the soul, but like the soul doesn't contain the person. It's the like memory banks that controls the person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. It just, I don't understand it. I need somebody to explain it. Maybe they do explain it. I mean, I know they touch on some of what Megatron has done, but I mean, like, I'd really love to understand, like, what the hell a Transformer is, and like how their physiology and makeup and all of that stuff. Like, them choosing to transform, like, learning the ability to like, is that like an evolution thing? Or is that like a computer upgrade thing? Like, because they are machines. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of question marks
Is it
here.
both?
I feel like this show is trying to be obviously very more adult. Very deep, thoughtful things going on in this. Heavy things. And, you know,
What's
just...
with you on the gravity?
Heavy. There it is again. But, you know, I really hope that we get some kind of defined things about this. And I'm sure it's probably been talked about in other media, in other Transformers media. Probably the comic books had a lot of stuff. But I'd really love to have a bit more information of, like, what the hell a Transformer even is. You know?
What are you?
Who are you? All right, now let's get into Transformers references, part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch that. All right. Episode 1. Unusually for a Transformers television show, Beast Machines begins in the middle of the plot with Optimus and company stranded on Cybertron and on the run from Viacons. Where are Rhinox and Silverbolt? How did Megatron manage to escape the shuttle? And why is everyone back in their original beast modes? Nothing's made clear here, but later episodes will flesh out the events that took place between the finale of Beast Wars and the beginning of Beast Machines. Rattrap mentions that his last memory is the Maximals taking a shuttle home to Cybertron, recapping the end of Nemesis Part 2. As they descend through Cybertron's layers, the Maximals pass buried cities. Primal theorizes that they're the ruins of earlier civilizations. So this was actually hyperlinked to an article about Decepticons.
Yeah.
But it didn't specifically call out, like, what the hell this was
Supposed to
like. Yeah. So I don't know. This whole bottom underground city stuff could actually be something that I just didn't take enough time to figure out. Optimus says that the first Transformers had to learn to transform before it became second nature to the robotic races. This might be a reference to the original cartoon, most notably Five Faces of Darkness Part 4, which depicted transformation as a wartime innovation rather than an innate ability. Interesting. Optimus also mentions that the first Transformers came to Cybertron and that the Oracle foretold their arrival. The significance of this origin story has never really been explored in other Transformers media. So,
Yeah.
get ready to not have any information about any of that.
No.
I really feel like somebody just watched The Matrix and was like, what if we just...
Did that?
Yeah, you know? I mean, especially, like, the spirituality of this, you know?
Yeah.
Like the I am transformed. Like, you know.
know kung fu.
Like it's just very, like it feels like they're trying to be philosophical. I mean, they may be nailing it, but like it's just, you go from Beast Wars to this, and it is vastly different.
Yeah.
Tonally, just a huge shift.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Rattrap mockingly refers to the tank drones as Tin Men. Obviously, the Wizard of Oz. As the Maximals struggle in the darkness, Rattrap implores Optimus to come to his senses with ground control to Major Optimus, referencing the 1969 David Bowie song Space Oddity.
Ground control to Major Tom.
This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door. And I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I shitting in a tin can.
Sitting in a tin can.
What? I thought I was shitting in a tin can.
Sitting in a tin can.
Oh.
Mr. Deeds.
During Optimus Primal's vision, that was Elektra's father. During Optimus Primal's visions, a group of black monoliths are briefly seen, a nod to the film 2001: A Space Odyssey. Additionally, close-ups of Optimus while interfacing with the Oracle, intercut with his POV zooming through abstract visuals, are also very similar to the movie's infamous trip scene. We need to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey. I seen like the first half of it and fell asleep when I first got my PS3 because I bought it on Blu-ray. I think it was like $5, and I was like, oh, this will be good to watch in HD. And it was Black Friday, and so like I was tired. I put it in, watched half of it, fell asleep, and then never went back. I watched Back to the Future instead.
Wow.
Hey man, sorry, it's great. I don't regret it. I never regret Back to the Future. You can quote me on that. Although the Maximals' original beast modes from Beast Wars are shown in this episode, the models have been reskinned completely. Alterations include Optimus Primal's fur being brown instead of gray, Rattrap's feet being dark orange instead of pink, Black Arachnia's straps are removed, and Cheetor now has black circles around his eyes, and his spots are more angular and stylized. I did notice Cheetor's face.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Still cool though. It was from this episode that the term reformatting passed into general use amongst Transformerdom. A special advance screening of this episode was held at BotCon 1999, where it received an overwhelmingly positive reaction. You're all maniacs. You're all crazy.
They allowed this to happen.
Episode 1.2. It's never been made clear why Megatron, who previously seemed to relish his dragon mode, suddenly had an abrupt change of heart regarding organic alternate modes. Presumably, something happened to him after arriving on Cybertron, but the exact circumstances have never been explained or explored. So, look forward to that, Maggie.
Yay.
Megatron still has his Transmetal 2 body, which used to be huge and scarcely the same size as scarcely the same size as Optimus Primus. As Optimal Optimus, who in turn was massive compared to the other Beast Warriors. Optimus Primal got an upgrade to his original smaller beast form, yet during their face-off, Megatron and Optimus are roughly the same size. Which I think that later on it mentions something I think could give a reason why that's the case. Cheetor welcomes Black Arachnia to Cybertropolis. The latter has never been to Cybertron before, having emerged from a stasis pod on ancient Earth. So there you go. Yeah. Think about it. She wakes up and she's being hunted. Yeah. That's her first time being in Cybertron. Yeah. Welcome to the real world, bitch. Not her. Sorry. I was thinking like Independence Day. Like I merged Independence Day and Morpheus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's supposed to be welcome to Earth. And then like instead of doing a punch motion, I said bitch. But then I realized I was talking about Black Arachnia, who is considered a female Transformer, and that would have been, that could have come across crass, and I did not mean for it to. Black Arachnia is probably the best one. Megatron claims Megatron claims the Maximals lost the Beast Wars. Since Optimus is amnesic and Megatron did escape to conquer Cybertron, thus pissing on everything the Maximals fought for, this is obviously a taunt and not Bob Skir ignoring the end of Nemesis Part 2. So, just to be clear, they did watch the show. Just so everybody's clear. The Maximal Elders received infrequent mentions throughout Beast Wars. It's not clear how Megatron disposed of them. Megatron's dragon form looks like a patchwork cyborg rather than the smooth reddish vision it originally had. As we find out in subsequent episodes, this is due to a large number of failed experiments to rid his body of all organic elements. His robot form is altered to make it look more fully mechanical. The dragon wings form a cloak that hides his actual body. And he then plugs into a control harness that provides a larger helmet and arms that look completely mechanical. So I think that could be the reason why he's smaller.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly, I think they didn't really think about it.
Yeah.
They just wanted the scales to work.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have a giant fighting Optimus and think it, like he has a chance, you know?
Yeah.
So I think they just small-scaled Megatron.
Yeah.
But I think that gives them an out. Is that, oh, well, he was trying to rid it and obviously, like, you know, patchworked and stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know, so he lost some mass. I mean, I feel like that's a good enough reason. Episode 1.3. The Autobot shuttle is the same vessel that carried the triumphant Maximals off of prehistoric Earth in Nemesis Part 2. It gets a proper name here. Black Arachnia's vision seems to be set on prehistoric Earth, where she was essentially born. When Black Arachnia logs into the ship's computer, we get some brief glimpses of the Maximals in their Season 3 Beast Wars bodies. But why were the Maximals running around in their Season 1 bodies on returning to Cybertron? Optimus is extremely distraught over his perceived failure to stop Megatron, becoming much harsher on his troops than in the past. A giant statue of Optimus Prime holding 2 golden discs stands in front of the Cybertron archives. Writer Bob Skir claims that neither the statue nor the golden discs in his hands were mentioned in the script. However, he suggested that they were either the discs from the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 probes, or that Optimus won them in 2,395,899th annual Cybertron spelling bee.
Wow. A spelling bee.
So,
Wow.
it's obviously a joke, but yeah. Jetstorm refers to Rattrap and Black Arachnia as beasties, a reference to the Canadian name of Beast Wars.
Aw.
Yeah, because they didn't call it wars,
Yeah.
so they called it beasties.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I like it. While Megatron is looking at computer screens, text in the Predacon version of the Cybertronics language appears. Among the messages are such gems as, "These flowers taste funny," "We are the McAnimators from McAniframe," "Smoke some ganja," and "If you can read this, seek help." Though he says it much less frequently in Beast Wars than in Beast Wars, this episode marks the first time Megatron utters "yes," though in a much less hammy, more sinister manner than before. Yes.
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 Yeah. In episode 1.4, Optimus is mourning the missing in action Rhinox and Silverbolt at the start of the episode. Clearly, Black Arachnia opted to tell her leader about her discoveries in Fires of the Past. Black Arachnia mentions to her trip to Central Spaceport Megatron almost hacking into her memories, which occurred in the same episode. Rattrap's inability to transform has been an issue since Master of the House. So sorry. Some more hints about the state of Cybertron. The transformation virus that prevented the Maximals from transforming and the reformatting is finally identified. As Rattrap finds the transformation enhancer, he exclaims, "Goodbye, fur coat. Hello, full metal jacket." A full metal jacket is a copper bullet casing commonly used by infantrymen, as well as the title of a Stanley Kubrick film.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Next time on Beast Wars,
Come on, big boy.
we will be watching 5 episodes. You know, because there's a 3-parter. And so we're going to get all 3 parts in. The first episode 5, is called Forbidden Fruit. Episode 6, The Weak Component. Episode 7, Revelations Part 1, Discovery. Episode 8, Revelations Part 2, Descent. And then episode 9, Revelations Part 3, Apocalypse. And
It's the end of the world.
that's what we're going to watch next week. We'll be back talking about it.
Yeah.
Maggie, all of that being said, since we've reached the end here, how are we feeling about Beast Machines?
It's really, really weird.
It's very different. It is a very different show.
Very different. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but like,
Well,
I mean,
it's watchable.
It's
so far.
watchable
Like you
so
want
far.
you want to continue to watch it.
Yes.
To see what the hell is going on.
yes.
But it's just a very different show.
Yes.
It's like if you tried to say Breaking Bad was literally a sequel to Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, sure, but like vastly different approaches to television,
Yes.
you know? So like, I get that. No,
Yeah.
I feel that for sure. It, knowing a few of the things that happen, I don't know if I feel better about it, but like, I think one of my biggest complaints is that the world feels so empty compared to Beast Wars. Like Beast Wars, I mean, sure they were on prehistoric Earth, but like, you know, it felt like a living world, you know? Yeah. And like this is just a bunch of CGI buildings that are interchangeable. They could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea of like geography on this, right? And like it feels like it doesn't really matter because like how did the thrust bots get down to where the Oracle was?
Yeah.
You know? Like they just so happened to be down there.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, like, it's just, you know, little things like that make me feel like, I mean, you're trying really hard for this, like, really, like, thought-provoking storyline that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But you're not paying attention to the general things to make this world feel real. You know? Like, it's just I think that was the biggest mistake they made, was making the world empty.
Yeah.
It just feels pointless, you know? And, like, I don't know if like starting it in the center was a choice, but I don't know if it would have been better to show what happened. Mm-hmm. Like I think learning it over time is good, but again, I think it feels worse to me because I remember watching it week to week.
Yeah.
And like taking a month to get to this episode, like this last one.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Like think about it, that's a month until we saw Rattrap almost transform. And he still can't, you know?
Yeah.
And like it's just, you know, it was hard. It was hard. I think watching them in chunks like this definitely makes it easier.
Yeah.
More enjoyable for sure. But I'm just definitely curious to see how we end up feeling at the end of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure right now. I'm really not sure. But Maggie, anything else you'd like to say about Beast Machines?
No.
All right. Well, everybody, that is our show. We did it. Remember, we will be back live next week watching the next 5 episodes of Beast Machines. That's episode 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You can watch it right here, youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Live at 8:30. We'll be talking about that with Going Back to Beast Wars. We'll be back again tomorrow night at 8:30 with Going Back to Smallville. We'll be talking about the 2nd episode of Season 3, which is pretty cool. Jonathan Kent has superpowers. It's crazy. And we'll be back on Monday. You know, we'll be back live on Monday.
Yeah.
We'll be back from vacation, and it'll be great. It'll be a good time. So remember, if you'd like to get this show ad-free as well as any other exclusive content we offer, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome where you can support the show and get your name added just like these people right here, and you can have your name shown. Ow. Other than that, remember we got the links down below that you can use if you're going to be shopping on Amazon. That'll mark you as being an affiliate of us. If that makes sense, that we sent you there. Basically, that we were like, hey, you should check out Amazon. So just click one of those links, buy whatever you were going to buy. Bingo, bingo, bingo. We're done. But that is going to wrap it up for us, everyone. Thanks for watching. And as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
I am transformed.
I can't remember his name.
Tankor smash.
Trancor?
Tankor.
Tankor.
It's
Tankor!
Pulverize.
Pulverize.
That's it.
Sorry.
Good job.
That was a long goodbye.